In his 1962 State of the Union address, President John F. Kennedy said, "The Constitution makes us not rivals for power, but partners for progress." "It is my task," he said, "to report the State of the Union. To improve it is the task of us all." As your principal chief, it is my task to deliver the State of the Nation address of our Muskogee Creek Nation. In the first 2 years of our administration, our dedicated cabinet members, employees, have been willing to be our partners for progress as we took on the task to make changes in our policies, procedures, and expectations to better serve our citizens. They've been up to the task of doing the hard work, making the hard choices, and putting in extra effort, and the results are great. Together, we can say with renewed confidence that the state of our nation is very strong and that we have put into place plans to help it to continue to grow even stronger. I have the task to keep my campaign promises to you. As you may remember, one of the themes that this administration adopted is "It's all about the people." I could easily quote our progress in numbers and figures, as I generally do each quarter, from the published report to our National Council. However, more importantly, since it's about the people, I will highlight some of the accomplishments of our citizens with the support of our administration. I want to tell you about a single mother of four who worked in our tribal roads crew as a flagger. She started her job supported by employment and training program just to make ends meet. But Kara wanted something more, so she enrolled in truck driving school, which was paid for by education and training, while she continued to work. She graduated at the top of her class. Now, Kara works for our nation, operating a dump truck, the only female in a male-dominated field, and she loves it. Kara Alexander, if you are here today, would you please stand up? We'd like to acknowledge you and your family. We want to thank you for utilizing the Muskogee Creek Nation to its fullest. I also want to thank and have stand our education and training staff and the Roads and Tourism and Transportation Department for being great partners for CARE's progress. So if you're here today, could you stand? Many of you are familiar with the Eufaula Dormitory. It has been around since 1848. Children in grades 1 through 12 live there during the week and attend Eufaula Public Schools with the structure and academic support from the staff at the dorm. Last year, 100% of our seniors graduated. The latest graduating class included 3 best friends, Jack Eslick, Cordell Burris, and Abraham Williams. All 3 became very close friends through the years, but somewhere along the way, Cordell began to struggle. He lagged behind in credits and became an at-risk student that meant graduation with his friends would be nearly impossible. Through much guidance from his dorm counselors and his buddies, Cordell enrolled in the Eufaula Alternative Education Program. And last May, all 3 graduated together and on time. Jack and Cordell were awarded more than $80,000 from the Muskogee Scholarship Foundation and other public and private scholarships. I mention that because not every day a student is awarded that much. Today, Jack, who is Eufaula Senior Class President, is enrolled at OSU IT. Abraham is at Haskell Indian Nations University, and Cordell is still exploring his options. Let's recognize and give these 3 men some encouragement and also thank the Eufaula dormitory staff and Cordell's teacher, Ms. Leslie Turner, and have them stand for being great partners in the progress of these and many other students. Would you please stand? The past 2 years brought focus and improvement to the Muskogee Creek Nation Department of Health and the healthcare budget. I am pleased to say we were able to restructure the Eufaula Clinic and Creek Nation Community Hospital loan to a lower interest rate while dropping the balloon payment. We have paid $20 million of that loan by operating our facilities more efficiently. We have drastically reduced the clinic no-show rate cancellations by half, which in turn increased our capacity to see more patients by more than 24,000 visits per year. We've also increased our third-party resources through improved enrollment and identification of private insurance. Our facilities have implemented electronic medical records and an updated phone system that allows all locations to communicate using just a 4-digit extension. By renegotiating the health department phone costs, we were able to cover the costs of the new phone system while reducing our monthly phone bill by $50,000 per month. We are proud of the work of the innovative work of these partners in our progress, some who have dedicated many years to serving our citizens, such as Brenda Lowe, 36 years, Charlie Bean, 32 years, and Shelley Hagee, 33 years. Now, they can finish their careers working in the new $55 million facility in Okemah that opened last month. So please join me in recognizing those who work for our health department and those who are here today. Would you please stand? Many of our citizens do not have health insurance. Such is the case of Don Tiger. He had been experiencing serious health care issues and was not completely sure if he had health insurance or benefits. An employee, Amy Eden, from the Muskogee Creek Nation Department of Health, worked with Don, and with his approval, she researched his health care coverage. She was able to verify that he was enrolled in Medicare and Medicaid. Ms. Eden also ordered a new Medicare card for Mr. Tiger and provided him with a list of his health care benefits. The greatest thing about this story is we have living proof that Don is alive and well. Not long ago, he was suffering from congestive heart failure and couldn't walk. Today, he spends his time singing Creek hymns every Thursday night and fiddle dancing when possible. With much prayer and great care from our health department staff, Don is worry-free now. It is great to see our elders enjoying life. They are our link to our past and our partners as we progress. Our seniors are the carriers of our traditions, culture, and language. If we lose them, we lose our identity. Another story, this past year, we added 2 language teachers. Sounds like a small number, but the results were significant. Today, they are seen in our classroom of our Head Start programs, teaching the Muskogee language to our young as well as our older generation. This past October, the Greater Tulsa Area Indian Affairs Commission awarded the Perry Onco Indigenous Language Preservation Award to the Muskogee Creek Nation language program. So I want to say great job. If you're with the language program, would you please stand so we can recognize you? I can report today that our council house restoration is complete. From the time the first cornerstone was laid in 1868, the council house was designed and intended to be a sacred meeting place for our people. The council house was taken from the nation at Oklahoma statehood and served many functions before the nation repurchased it. It was in disrepair, and we had no plan to restore it. The road to restoration wasn't easy. The cost exceeded the National Council's appropriation. Instead of returning to the Council for additional funds, we used innovative ways to make up the difference. Our partner, One Fire Holding Company, secured more than $1.5 million in historic tax credits for the project and finished the project on time and on budget. We utilized the Muskogee Creek Nation-owned company, Council Oak Design, Engineering, and Construction, who selected native vendors to bring back this important place to our people. The focal point of downtown Okmulgee, our beloved council house, was built and rebuilt by our people. Now the Muskogee Nation Cultural Center and Archives Department will complete the interior and prepare to welcome you. This year, we will be able to hold meetings at the Council House, in the House of Warriors, and the Council House. We will also live stream current day National Council meetings so that the public can see our government in action. I'd like for all of our partners in our progress involved in the Council House to please stand and be recognized. Not here. Okay. Thank you. Today, I highlighted some successes in the first 2 years of our administration. To complete our promises to you, we must do more. We must elevate the nation even higher. In the National Council's agenda this morning is legislation of great importance. It's of great importance to our future. We have developed and submitted for their consideration a master plan to guide decisions for our future growth and economic development in government, for development of venues, to showcase our culture, and for recreation. The master plan is a transformation of the nation's land and its properties within the Okmulgee area for both long and short-term projects. The master plan redesigns the use of our industrial site property for immediate economic development. It provides for additions to the Omniplex, including an indoor event center. It includes a 40-acre parcel of land for cemeteries for our veterans and citizens. We will soon begin the design of the Citizen Cemetery, which will meet our burial needs for our citizens for the next 100 years. We recognize our responsibility to guide the future of our nation by being deliberate in our planning to increase our business capability, preserve our traditions and culture, while providing an enhanced environment for our festival and year-round use of Omniplex grounds. With input from hundreds of people, we believe we have gained vital insight and direction to become more successful. Our task going forward is to continue to work on your behalf. We look forward to continued partnership with the National Council. We are grateful for their support of this administration. We recognize in governing, we may not always agree, but we will always be respectful of each branch of our government and their roles. Future progress will be filled with much hard work. As President Kennedy said, to improve it is the task of all of us. Our ancestors continually rose to the task they faced. Wars, loss of the homeland, forest removal, broken treaties. Their lives were filled with challenges, but they always found a way to succeed when faced with constant change. They were resilient because they held on to their common purpose and were able to accomplish the tasks required of them. They would expect the same from us. I look forward to the new year with great optimism, to next January, when I again will have the most pleasant task to report on our continued success. So I ask, may the Creator continue to bless our country, our state, our great Muskogee Nation, and all of our Muskogee citizens. Mado.